A very good evening to all our viewers and welcome to this Sunday's edition of Primetime News coming to you live from our Newsfirst studios in Colombo. I'm Arudhati Mudanayaka. Let's start off with a look at the stories making headlines this evening.
Seeking power to stabilize the economy, President makes a statement in Vaunia.
අපි සැප්තැම්බර් 21 වෙනිදා ඡන්දේ තියෙනවා. දැන් තමයි රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහගේ පාලනය දකින්නේ. එහෙනම් මම ඡන්දෙ ඉල්ලන්න අයිතියක් තියෙනවනේ.
Anura Kumara says ready to accept the responsibility of eradicating poverty.
අපේ දුප්පත්භාවය ෆැෂන් එකක් නෙවෙයි අපේ ජීවිතය. ඒ නිසා අපට අත්‍යවශ්‍ය වමනාවක් තිබෙනවා මේ ග්‍රාමීය ජනතාව මේ දුප්පත්භාවය මුදවා ගත යුතුයි.
Sajid highlights his plans to develop the north and the east.
විශේෂයෙන්ම උතුරත් නැගෙනහිරත් ගොඩ දාන්නට ඉන්ටර්නැෂනල් ඩෝනර් කොන්ෆරන්ස් එකක් ජාත්‍යන්තර ආධාරක සමුළුවක් අපි ස්ථාපනය කරනවා.
ITAC's MA Sumandiran says party will support Sajid Premadasa.
සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස මහතාට ශ්‍රී තමිළත් කට්ටිය සහාය දෙනවා කියලා අපි අද තීරණය අරන් තියෙනවා.
Leader of ITAC, Mave Senadiraja, contradicts Sumandiran, says not aware of such a decision. I eradicated the Aragalaya. Public Security Minister professors in Alawa.
මම තීරණයක් ගත්තා මොන ප්‍රශ්න තිබුණත් ඒක සුද්ධ කරනවා කියලා.
Sri Lanka decides.
Now the story is in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that he is contesting the presidential election to reaffirm the economic stability that the country has achieved. He assured that this can be done in 4 years.
Another phase of Pulwang Sri Lanka series of rallies organised in support of independent presidential candidate Ranil Wickremesinghe was held in Vaunia today.
එදා පාර්ලිමේන්තුව වට කරන්න ආවේ වෙලාව.
When the people surrounded the parliament, those who were speaking in parliament fled. I instructed the army to protect the parliament. The speaker told me that he could control the parliament but not the country and asked me to take over the presidency. If I had not taken that step, this country would be another Bangladesh today. What did Sajid and Ranil call me in return? They went around calling me Ranil Rajapaksa. The Rajapaksas had already left. They have nothing to say now. Today there is stability in the country. There is a presidential election. This is not like Bangladesh. I saved the country from that. In Bangladesh you cannot dissolve parliament and call for elections. 29 MPs have been killed. The Chief Justice has been told to leave. We are holding elections on the 21st of September. Now you will see Ranil Wickremesinghe's governance. Then I have the right to run in the election. What should be done with those who abandoned this country? Give them second and third places. Since I stabilized the economy, I am running for this election to further develop it. Candidates ask for a 5-year term, but I will achieve it in 4. What are my ambitions? To reduce the cost of living, to reduce tax burdens, to increase job opportunities and to raise salaries. I will transform the economy into an export-based economy. What Sajid and Anura are saying is that they will reduce taxes and decrease the country's income. We are in this situation today because of that. What did you all do? Stayed in gas queues, petrol queues and had no fertilizer. Do you want to go back to that? Can Anura or Sajid do all this? Do you want to advance this economic program or break it halfway? You can make that decision on the 21st of September. Cast your vote next to the cylinder. If not, the cylinder will blast and so will the country.
සිලින්ඩර් ළඟින් කතරේ ගහන්න. ඒ නෙකඩුවොත් සිලින්ඩරේ පුපුරනවා රටත් පුපුරනවා.
ආර්ථිකය ස්ථාවර කරලා තියෙනවා.
The economy has been stabilized. Relief on fertilizer has been given. If you want to have a land and a house of your own, it is crucial to re-elect Ranil Wickremesinghe to the office of president. Is there a practice of changing the doctor halfway through the patient's treatment? Do we need any more experiments?
ડોક્ટර්ව වෙනස් කරන සිරිතක් තියනවද? අපි අත්හදා බැලීම් කරන්න අවශ්‍යද?
When my motherland was in distress, only Ranil came to help. He will be the one who continues to support the country. Yesterday in Bulletin, a retired teacher hugged me and begged for forgiveness for not voting for Ranil in 2005. He was defeated then because of terrorism and divisions. But that senior retired teacher said that this time Ranil Wickremesinghe will be reappointed to the office of president with 65% of northern votes. That is the situation. Because of Ranil Wickremesinghe's strength, food inflation, which was 87%, has today been reduced to 3%. The interest rate was 33%. Today it's down to single digits.
National People's Power presidential candidate Anurakumar Dissanayake asserts that an NPP government is prepared to take up the responsibility of eradicating poverty.
The National Conference of the National People's Power Social Welfare Collective was convened today in Boralla.
The gang that looted the central bank and claimed there was no fraud, the people who manipulated the records are now asking for power again, promising to rebuild the country in 5 years. Shouldn't we change this corrupt political culture? Not only has this corrupt system damaged our country internally, but it has also tarnished Sri Lanka's reputation on the international front. We have been begging for international sovereign bondholders. These politicians have accumulated $100 billion in debt, making every citizen a debtor. Isn't it time to change this system?
මේ රටේ සෑම පුරවැසියෙකුම ණයකාරයෝ කරලා තියෙනවා. මේ ක්‍රමය අපි වෙනස් කළ යුතු නැද්ද?
අපි ගම්වල ඉපදුණු අය, අපි දුප්පත්කම දැකපු අය, දුප්පත්කම විඳපු අය.
We are people who were born in villages and have experienced poverty firsthand. For us, poverty is not a fashion statement. It is not about posing with a roof made of coconut branches, drinking tea and taking a photograph. Poverty is our reality. We have a crucial need to free rural people from this poverty. Many people die without ever experiencing a nutritious meal or a comfortable home. They don't know what a ventilated house is or what a fulfilling life means. We have a responsibility that none of us can ignore. These people turn our struggles into campaign tools. They promise bracelets to young people, free Wi-Fi, and even claim that they will build a Volkswagen factory to create jobs. Meanwhile, citizens struggle to get basic necessities like 10 kilos of rice. They are in tattered clothes, while MPs gracefully wave from their vehicle. They have always used the suffering of poor people for their political agendas. Remember, they will never eradicate rural poverty. By committing financial crimes, these leaders have come to view subsidies as a crime. Even though developed countries have extensive subsidy systems, even our country has a segment of its population that cannot be immediately absorbed by the economy. It is the government's responsibility to support these people until they are integrated into the economy.
Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna presidential candidate Namal Rajapaksa said that he will implement a program to lead Sri Lanka towards a developed nation under his government.
A public rally of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna was held in Pittabadara, Matara.
No matter how much it is claimed that the economy and the country have been built, the reality is that jobs have been lost in the village level and village development has halted. We have become a government that survives on the proceeds from the sale of state assets. Only if the local economy improves, the new job opportunities arise. To strengthen the local economy and support local businesses, we are implementing a program to provide financial capital through cooperatives and rural banks. We assure you that the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna is committed to implementing a program necessary to build a developed country for you.
කරගන්නේ කියන එකත් අපි මහත් වාක්‍යමික ඔබ තමුන්නාසලට කියනවා.
දැන් සමහර කට්ටිය
Some people are trying to secure more votes than Namal Rajapaksa. Ranil Wickremesinghe has already given up on the election. Their main goal is to secure more votes than Namal Rajapaksa. However, I believe that the people of the Mathura district will prove on the 21st of September that not only will Namal Rajapaksa win, but those representing the gas cylinder will not be able to secure even one more vote than Battaramulle Sila Ratanathera.
කෙනෙක් මේ මාතර දිස්ත්‍රික්කයේ ජනතාව සැප්තැම්බර් 21 වෙනිදාට ඔප්පු කරලා පෙන්නනවා.
Presidential candidate of the Samagi Jana Balawege Sajid Premadasa convened a media briefing in Jaffna and outlined the development plans for the North and East provinces.
We
are organizing an international donor conference to address this imbalanced development pattern, especially in the North and East. Additionally, we will appoint a presidential task force on development in each province and administrative district to drive and oversee the progress in development.
ජනාධිපති කාර්යසාධක බලකායක් සංවර්ධනය උදෙසා.
Indian Security Council officer ලංකාවට ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ candidates ලා හම්බෙලා කතා කරනවා ඒ වගේ මොන හරි විශේෂ message එකක් තියනවාද කියලා.
It's nothing new. It's a discussion we regularly have in our meetings. India plans to foster strong diplomatic relations with Sri Lanka. A robust diplomatic partnership will enhance the well-being and prosperity of the people of both countries.
රටවල් දෙකේම ජනතාවගේ සුබ සිද්ධි උදෙසා සෞභාග්‍ය උදෙසා නිර්මාණය වෙන හොඳ ශක්තිමත් සම්බන්ධතාවයක් පිළිබඳව තමයි කතා කරන්නේ.
ඔබතුමාගේ වික්ටරිය ඉන්දියා රට ඉන්දියා කැමති වෙනවා කියලා මීඩියාලා දාලා කියනවා.
මම හිතන්නේ මගේ ජයග්‍රහණය පිළිබඳව
I think the 22 million people of this country will be the happiest about my victory, but we have plans to strengthen our relationship with India. India is undeniably a global superpower today, excelling in various aspects such as economic strength and industrial prowess. By strengthening our relationship with India, we can enhance our macroeconomic and microeconomic conditions and trade relations and elevate our country economically, socially and politically.
අපේ රට ආර්ථික සමාජීය දේශපාලනික ශක්තිමත් කිරීමකට අපි මුල පුරන්න.
තමල් පක්ෂ ගණනාවක් ඔබතුමාට තමයි සපෝට් කියලා අපි හිතාගෙන හිටියා. පස්ස පොතු අපේක්ෂකතුමා කතාවත් ආවා. දැන් මේ පොතු අපේක්ෂකතුමාගේ කතාවත් නවතලා තියෙනවා.
මේ ප්‍රජාතන්ත්‍රවාදී රටේ අපේක්ෂකව ඉදිරිපත් වෙනවාද?
Whether the party candidates contest or not, what are their principles? If they do not contest, who are they supporting? These are democratic decisions. We like it if the majority of the parties and the people in this country choose to support us.
අපිට සහයෝගය ලබා දෙනවා නම් අපි ඒකට කැමතියි.
ITAC's M.A. Sumantiran says their party will support Sajid Premadasa at the upcoming presidential election. However, leader of ITAC, Mavesa Nadiraja, contradicted this announcement of M.A. Sumantiran and says that he was not aware of such a decision.
The Central Working Committee of the Ilangai Tamilarsu Katchi met at Vavuniya from 11 a.m. till 4 p.m. today. We discussed the oncoming presidential election for 5 long hours and have arrived at 3 decisions. First, we have decided not to support Mr. P. Ariyanetharan, who has been described as the Tamil common candidate. Second decision is that we will request Mr. Ariyanetharan to withdraw from contesting the presidential election. Third, Ilangai Tamilarsu Katchi will support Sajid Premadasa's candidacy at the forthcoming presidential election 2024.
However, the leader of ITAC, Mave Senadiraja, says that he is unaware of the party's decision to support presidential candidate Sajid Premadasa. He said that he was unable to attend the meeting of the Central Working Committee today as he was unwell. He went on to note that therefore he is unaware of the matters discussed and decisions reached during the meeting that was held today.
Strengthening the people, fighting for the truth, leading a nation, forging the future. Newsfirst, with the people.
A group of lawyers, including representatives from the National People's Power, visited the Criminal Investigation Department today to file a complaint.
පැමිණිල්ල අපරාධ පරීක්ෂණ දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවට ඉදිරිපත් කිරීමට
We have decided to file a complaint at the Criminal Investigation Department concerning a statement made by Tushar Indunil, a member of Samagi Jana Balawegaya.
විසින් කරන ලද ප්‍රකාශයක් සම්බන්ධයෙන්
වෛරී සහගත ඒ ප්‍රකාශයේ ඇතුලේ තියෙනවා 22 වෙනිදාට පස්සේ අනුර කුමාර
In the statement, it was alleged that Anura Kumara Disanayaka's group plans to seize businesses after the 22nd, invade private homes and acquire vehicles. Such a baseless claim is a violation of Article 3 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. This provision has previously led to the detention of individuals for extended periods without bail. In light of these facts, the Criminal Investigation Department should take immediate action to arrest Tushar Indunil, who has sought to create division within society through this statement, inflicting unnecessary suffering and sparking unwarranted conflict among the people.
අතර විකාර රූපී මතගැටුමක් හදන්න උත්සාහ කරපු මේ තුෂාර ඉන්ද්‍රනිල් නැමැති පුද්ගලයාව අපරාධ පරීක්ෂණ දෙපාර්තමේන්තුව මැදිහත් වෙලා වහාම අත්අඩංගුවට ගන්නවා.
The Samagi Jana Balawegaya Mavanala Women's Conference was held under the chairmanship of Hirunika Premachandra, national organizer of Samagi Vanita Balawegaya.
Samagi Jana Balawegaya MP Kabir Hashim as well as provincial council and local government members attended the conference.
What you all know is that the price of goods has increased. It's hard to live. We are poor now. We are in debt. We are bankrupt. These are all things you are aware of. But what you don't know is how we can escape this poverty. How can we fix this bankrupt country? How do we pay these debts? What is our economic policy? That's what is unclear. What is clear is that the only place where people can come together to speak is here. I promise you that under a government led by Sajid Premadasa, all women will be given priority in the work order and that order will be implemented. From now on, we will not be a country where we are treated as second-class citizens. We pledge to make Sri Lanka a country where everyone is regarded as first-class citizens. Sajid Premadasa is the only leader who can achieve this.
Minister of Public Security Tiranalas emphasized that it was the current president who established the critical conditions needed for the people to return to a normal life when the country was on the verge of collapse.
Another phase of the Puluwang Sri Lanka series of rallies was held in Galgamua, Alauwa today. MP Anurayapa and MP Shanta Bandara also attended the rally.
මේ රට ප්‍රපාතයටම වැටිලා තිබුණ වෙලාවක තමයි ජනාධිපතිතුමා මේ රට බාරගත්තේ. මටයි ජනාධිපතිතුමාටයි තිබුණ
The president assumed leadership at the time when our country had hit rock bottom. The primary challenge for both the president and myself was to restore law and order. At that moment, I resolved to address and rectify all prevailing issues. I communicated this resolution to the president and together we tackled the problems head-on, creating the conditions necessary for our people to return to a normal life. Without these decisive actions, our country could have deteriorated into a situation similar to that of Bangladesh, where economic recovery would have been unattainable. Although our nation has not yet fully recovered, it is widely recognized that if we do not persist in our efforts, we risk plunging back into the same precarious situation.
හැම එක්කෙනාම මහ බැංකුවේ අධිපතිතුමා හිටන් කියන්නේ මේ යන ගමන තව ටිකක් ඉස්සරහට ගියේ නැත්නම් නැවතත් අපි ප්‍රපාතයට වැටෙනවා කියලා.
When the value of a foreign-funded government project that exceeds $100,000, the law requires information about the projects to be disclosed to the public online. However, the 2024 update of Infrastructure Watch revealed that the government has disclosed only 40% of the required information on foreign-financed projects.
The 2024 update of Infrastructure Watch is a dashboard on publicfinance.lk, which is a platform run by Verite Research. This platform has tracked government compliance with the RTI Act's proactive disclosure requirements since 2022. Large infrastructure projects of the government are often financed by foreign loans and grants. When the amount exceeds $100,000, the law requires information about the projects to be disclosed to the public online. However, the 2024 update of Infrastructure Watch has revealed the compliance with the law is poor. Section 9 of the RTI Act and the guidelines published by the RTI Commission mandate the proactive disclosure of information under 5 broad categories: project details, rationale and beneficiaries, budget and financial details, approvals and clearances, and procurement and contracts. The 2024 assessment looked at compliance in relation to 50 large infrastructure projects.
The people who have been protesting in Thimbirigasaya continued their agitation for a more transparent government and accountability.
It is the 1st of September 2024. We are exactly 20 days away from the presidential election. This silent protest has been going on for 306 days, demanding for a system change. And these protesters are urging the public to cast their votes wisely in order to bring about a true change.
When you go out to vote on the 21st of September, remember 2 things. What the Aragalaya wanted 2 years ago, they wanted system change. They wanted the end to corruption and the end to lawlessness in our country, right? Second thing is, make sure you choose a candidate that has a team of people who can rescue our nation, because that's what we need. It can't take one person now to rescue our nation. We need a team of professionals who are willing to put their lives on the line and bring our country back to its past glory.
For the last 75 years, we've had the same kind of stuff with few modifications here and there, but no real difference. The promises have always been about the same. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And here is an opportunity to say no to that and to stop it and to start a new chapter in the history of this country. In fact, I would say we are voting for independence. We are voting for a radical change that will bring about a new culture.
Do not vote for crooks. It was Mahinda Rajapaksa on the election stage who said Ranil Wickremesinghe is the main person responsible for the bond scam. It was Ranil Wickremesinghe in Parliament who said, Kauda Hora, Mahinda Hora. So let's listen to our presidents and not vote for crooks.
Sri Lanka is about to experience a shock. People are going to be very surprised as to how people are going to be voting. And I firmly believe that every person should look into their own heart and vote. Vote according to your conscience, not according to the manifesto. Manifestos are flowery and beautiful, but they don't tell the truth.
මාතලේ සේනාගම කියන්නේ දුෂ්කර කම්මානයක්. ඔවුන්ගේ ඔවුන් සොයාගියා. ගම්මැද්ද රට නගන ජන පවුර.
Welcome back. You're with Newsfirst. President of Mahabodhi Society of Sri Lanka, Most Venerable Banagala Upatissatthara, met with Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi.
During the meeting between President of Mahabodhi Society of Sri Lanka, Most Venerable Banagala Upatissatthara, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, discussions were held on the display of Agrashavaka relics in India and the provisions of necessary facilities to devotees going on pilgrimage to the Sanchi temple. Discussions had also focused on steps that could be taken for the welfare of the Sanchi Buddhist University. The meeting was also attended by the Sanchi Chetiyagiri Viharadhikari, Venerable Banagala Vimalatissatthara, JLH Vikramaratne, Sakil Ahmed Zindagi and Chanaka Gunaratne.
A leopard that was caught in a snare in Muskelia died after a long battle for its life.
This leopard had got caught in a snare set to catch wild boar in close proximity to the Lanka estate in Maskelia this morning. Area residents said that wildlife officers took over 1 hour to arrive at the scene. Onlookers were asked to leave the area to prevent further agitating the leopard. However, the animal had to be kept until veterinarians arrived to treat it.
We informed the authorities at about 6:30 am, but we didn't get any response until 11 am. In the end, the animal died.
මං දැනුවත් කරා වනජීවීකේ මාතුරුලාට කරා කොයිද රන්දනිකල්ට කතා කරා අපි පුළුවන් විදියට යාව රැකගෙන බේර ගන්න තමයි try කරේ ඒ වුණාට අපි අපේ ජොබ් එක අපි කරා අපි මිනිස්සුන්ට අපි දැනුවත් කරා ඔක්කොම වනජීවීට දැනුවත් කරලත් මෙයාව මේ නැති වෙච්ච එක අපිට දුකයි.
We inquired on this matter from the Nalathani Zonal Wildlife Office. A spokesperson said that their teams were deployed to the location as soon as they were informed. He added that since only a limited number of veterinarians are available, the veterinarian from Randenigala had to be brought down. He added that the operation to save the leopard became harder as area residents gathered around the leopard and this had agitated the animal. Some time ago, a rare leopard had been trapped in a snare and died in close proximity to the location where today's incident was reported. Environmentalists point out that if a veterinarian who can treat these animals is stationed in this area where leopards constantly get trapped in snares, it would significantly increase the chances of saving the lives of these rare animals.
The Ther Festival, a major event in the annual celebration of the historic Jaffna Nallur Kandaswamy temple, was held today.
The Sapparam festival, an integral part of the Nallur Kandaswamy Temple annual festival, took place yesterday. In line with the festival, the Shakti TV zone, which includes the Newsfirst studio, was officially launched as well. This area encompasses both the Shakti TV and Newsfirst studios. Currently, a variety of religious and cultural programs are being held at the Shakti TV zone. Additionally, screen tests are also being conducted at the Newsfirst studio, located within the Shakti TV zone. Tomorrow, the Teerthotshavam festival will be held.
The Colombo Wind Orchestra, the leading wind orchestra in South Asian region, is gearing up for a spectacular movie extravaganza concert. Rehearsal for this highly anticipated event began earlier today.
Under the baton of Maestro Keiko Kobayashi, this movie extravaganza will showcase an array of brilliant pieces composed specifically for wind orchestras. A standout highlight of the concert will be The Curse of the Black Pearl, a powerful piece from the symphonic suite of Pirates of the Caribbean composed by Klaus Badelt.
In this concert, we perform famous movie music, Indiana Jones and Lion King and others. So I'm sure everybody will enjoy movie music and wind music.
We are rehearsing at the moment at the Bumblebee flats, and it's exciting music. Our conductor is back for her first rehearsal, so the rehearsal's underway. It's exciting music. See you guys all on Saturday the 7th of September at Bishop's Auditorium.
The Colombo Wind Orchestra, formed from the wind players of the Symphony Orchestra of Sri Lanka, now boasts over 50 musicians representing a full spectrum of wind instruments. The rich diversity of these instruments promises a vibrant and captivating musical experience. Join them for an exciting evening on the 7th of September at 7 p.m. at the Bishop's College Auditorium for a special event that you don't want to miss.
The Wendy Whatmore Academy of Speech and Drama held its annual prize-giving ceremony today.
The Wendy Whatmore Academy of Speech and Drama held its 80th annual prize-giving in Colombo yesterday. The event, organised by the principal of the academy, Wendy Holsinger, recognised the achievements of students in the fields of speech and drama. MP M.A. Sumandiran and his spouse were chief guests of the event.
Communication is what we need for a world that's so divided, diverse and breaking up every day. If we did communicate with each other properly and effectively, we will not see so much misery, so much hate in the world today. And the communication skills that you develop are very important.
The Wendy Whatmore Academy celebrated the achievements of its students as the chief guests and guest of honour Tasmin Anthonis presented awards for excellence in various aspects of speech and drama.
UN agencies and local health officials in the Gaza Strip are launching an ambitious campaign to vaccinate 640,000 children against polio.
The rollout relies on a series of localized pauses in fighting between Israeli forces and Hamas fighters, with the first window beginning today. To be effective, the World Health Organization or the WHO says at least 90% of children under 10 must be immunized in a short time frame. It follows the discovery of the first confirmed case of polio in 25 years in Gaza, with a UN expert saying more children are likely to be infected and that there could be a wider regional outbreak if the virus is not dealt with. About 90% of all Gazans have been displaced, and with health services under huge strain, most children have seen their regular immunizations disrupted, leaving them vulnerable to infection. Since discovering the virus in wastewater samples taken in June, UN agencies have been racing to set up an emergency mass vaccination program. Around 1.3 million doses of the vaccine were recently brought in through the Kerem Shalom checkpoint by the UNICEF. Another shipment of 400,000 doses is set to be delivered to Gaza soon.
And with that, we wrap up tonight's edition of Primetime News. Thank you very much for joining us. Good night.